All right, welcome to the slow flow. This slow flow will have a little bit of everything in it, but the focus is on the low back and on the spine, and you should get a little bit of movement and rotation and all that fun stuff. So first, let's bring ourselves to this practice together by getting seated onto the mat. Find a way to place your sit bones so that they connect. And if you want, you can bring one heel in close and allow the other leg to lie in front. If this isn't comfortable, you can bring the bottoms of the feet together like a book. If you don't cross the ankle, so leave the ankle uncrossed, that gives you a little more stability in the hips. And then with the palms onto the hands on the knees, palms up, maybe slightly and carefully push yourself back so you have a nice straight spine. Bring the chin into a neutral spot so it's parallel to the earth. Pull the head back. Crown of the head reaches up high towards the sky. And let's drop into this practice with 3 deep cycles of breath. So taking a nice full inhale in. Exhale out through the nose or the mouth. Inhale in. Exhale out through the nose or the mouth. One more collective inhale in. And then exhale out through the nose or the mouth. Okay, have a soft gaze or close your eyes. And I want you to drop into your breath here. And just be with your breath first. And then working subtly with this breath. As you inhale, can you reach the crown of the head a little higher to the sky? And then as you exhale, ground down. And practice this a few times. And see with each inhale as you're growing long, that if you notice any tension along the way, you notice it, but then you use the exhale to release or encourage release of the tension. And then keeping this idea of moving the inhale upwards and releasing tension on the exhale, can you expand the belly and the torso now? So you might have to elongate and deepen your inhale. And then try to release any tension, but maintain the integrity as you exhale. And, in the next few cycles of breath, this may be difficult, but stay with it. Because if you can practice being in this difficulty, as you move along in your practice, if anything seems challenging, you can navigate it because you've tried already here and now. And it's okay with each inhale or exhale if you're not elongating or expanding or releasing and maintaining the integrity, because you have the next breath to try. So go easy and go gentle. Finish up whatever cycle of breath you are on. And collectively, let's take a nice full inhale in. Slowly draw a line with the nose so you're looking up towards the sky. And as you exhale, try to keep your straight spine and only flex from the base of the skull so you bring the chin to the chest. Stay here for at least a full deep cycle of breath. Maybe you notice tension, maybe you don't. And then you roll the chin over towards the left shoulder. And then on your next exhale, send the chin over towards the right shoulder. And then start flowing. So as you exhale, head over towards the left. And maybe you start inhaling up, but then stay on the left side as you inhale. And head over to the left or the right side as you exhale. Flow here. So you still keep the length of the spine. Try to breathe deep and wide. And you add a little bit of movement. So maybe one more time to both sides. And then meet with the chin into the chest. And then bring the head up to a neutral spot. Okay, add a little bit of rotation here. So take the nose over towards the left shoulder. Stay here. Maybe take the gaze over the left shoulder, but be gentle. And then take the gaze to neutral and draw a line with the nose all the way over towards the right and over the right shoulder, best as can be. And then when you get to a spot of pause, that's where you take the gaze then over to the right, to your comfort. All right, head over towards the left. And it's slow and it's mindful and it may be boring, but you get to stay and notice how you're moving, how you're breathing as you're moving. And then take it over to the right. Take the gaze to the right. Bring it into center. Okay, last time using rotation. Well, for now. And then take it over to the right. And then back into center. Awesome. Give yourself some shoulder shrugs here. And then reverse direction. Awesome. Okay, come on to tabletop pose. Palms are underneath the shoulders. Knees are underneath the hips. If you want, you can always pad the feet into the mat. All right. As you inhale, drop the belly. Maybe you tuck the toes under. Look on up. And I want you to squeeze the scapulas as close as you can to the spine. And then slowly and carefully unroll, come back into tabletop pose. Place the tops of the feet onto the mat, tuck the chin into the chest, round the back, spread the scapulas away. Cat. And then breathe long and deep as you drop the belly. Look on up, tuck under the toes, squeeze the scapulas together. And then neutral tabletop. Tops of the feet touch the mat. Tuck the chin into the chest, cat. All right, one more time at this slow pace. So drop the belly, look on up, tuck under toes, squeeze the scapulas together. And then tops of the feet touch the mat around the back. Find your cat. Okay, now I want you to flow here between cat and cow. And you make the choice if you want to squeeze the scapulas together or spread the scapulas far apart. And you decide how fast of a cat and cow you need. And you can flow between cat and cow just a few more times. And then find your tabletop pose. Bring the big toes together. Send the heels back for your child's pose. Now, you did a little bit extra on the wrist. So with the forehead touching the mat, the forearms touch the mat, you can go ahead and lift the fingertips at the fingertips up so the heels of the hands are touching. And if you want, you can make circles with the wrist or at the wrist, one direction and the other. And then find some stillness. One more big breath here. And then slowly and carefully bring yourself back into your tabletop pose. Tuck under the toes, send the hips up high to the sky for your first downward dog. Now, in this downward dog, the palms plant and the hands act like pickle jars. Or I'm sorry, the hands act like you're opening up pickle jars. So the right hand will stay planted, but imagine that you're twisting a jar open to the right. The left hand stays planted, you're twisting a jar open to the left. And you can find movement in the feet if you would like, or you can bend the knees, straighten the legs, play around. All right, and then find some stillness in your dog. Feet hips distance apart. And then slowly start coming forward into a plank pose. Press the mat away. And then drop the knees, the chin, the chest, and then lower down slowly. All right. Palms underneath the shoulders, lift the chin, lift the chest. Come into a baby cobra pose here. And as you peel yourself up, notice if your glutes start firing. Just notice, just notice. But if they fire, or even if you start noticing that your legs are rolling in, try to keep the legs equal. And then lower down. Inhale, press yourself up a little higher. Sternum reaches forward, shoulders are down. Exhale, lower. This time, inhale, see if you can push yourself up even higher, straightening the arms. One more big cycle of breath here. And then lower down as you exhale. And then push yourself back up into your plank pose, and you can come through tabletop and then plank. And then push back into your downward dog. Two more breaths. Last breath here. Then walk your feet slowly and carefully to the back of your hands. And you're in this forward fold. So if you're noticing some tightness in the low back or even the hamstrings, or you just want to be a little more gentle today, bend the knees and place the torso onto the thighs and drop the head. One more breath here, pressing all points of the feet into your mat. Slowly and carefully find your halfway lift as you straighten your legs. I like to let my hands kind of slide up where they go. Crown of the head reaches forward. Fold forward. Feet plant into the mat and slowly and carefully reach the arms up high to the sky. Fingers spread nice and wide. And then arms come down to the side, palms forward. Chest reaches forward, crown of the head reaches forward. And then I want you to come back to that deep cycle of breath that you practiced in the beginning, where you allowed your spine to reach up high and lower. All right, reach the arms up high. Fold forward. Find your halfway lift. Plant the palms, step your feet back into your plank pose, knowing that you can drop the knees. And then lower down, knees, chin, chest. And then slowly bring yourself up into your high cobra. Or if you want to up dog, you can. And then lower down. Press into your downward dog. Two more big breaths here. Reach your right leg behind you. Bend your right knee, stack the hips on top of each other, spread the toes nice and wide. Three-legged dog. And then step the right foot through to the hands. High runner's lunge. And then guide your left knee down into your low lunge. And for now, if you want to allow yourself to sink deep into this low lunge, I want you to be welcome to it. If you want a little more length in the left quad, bring the left knee back. Okay, with the left palm planted, but the weight's not dumping onto the left palm. So, maybe hover the right hand and notice if you're balanced equally on the left knee, right foot, left palm. Reach the right arm up high to the sky. And then reach the right arm behind you. And if you want, you can take your gaze behind. So it's really important that you're not dumping the weight into your left hand. Reach the right fingertips back and away. Maybe take the gaze out over the right shoulder. Two more big breaths. And then reach the right fingertips up high to the sky. And set the right hand to the outside of the right foot again, low lunge. And then you'll straighten your right leg as you bring the the glute back to the left thumb. Right toes are up high. And I like to start up high here. So maybe my hands start at, just in front of my hips, above my knees. Toes are high. And then I decide if I want to fold forward or not. For me, it's a knot. For you, it could be a deep fold. And then find your way where the left hand can reach forward and then to the outside of the right leg. Some of you may be grabbing a hold of the outside of the right foot even. And once again, be careful that you're not dumping everything onto the right side. One more breath here. And then make your way back into your low lunge. And bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. So now you're in a lizard pose. Slowly drop your right knee so you're coming onto the lateral or the pinky edge of the right foot. And if you want, you can place the right hand to the inside of the right leg. But be gentle. Just a little opening in the hips here. And then guide your right foot back, right hand to the outside of the right foot. Tuck under the left toes, have your right foot meet the left foot, plank pose. Stay strong here. And then lower down completely or drop the knees, the chin, the chest. And push yourself up into a high or low cobra or up dog. And then as you lower here, you can bring your arms forward or out to a T. Lift the chin and the chest. And then slowly lift the legs. All right. And I want you to pulse the right leg. So lift and pulse. 5 more times. So lift 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the legs lifted. Now pulse with the left. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs stay lifted. Bring the hands so they're hovering underneath the shoulders. And then lower the hands and slowly lower the legs, lower the forehead. Push yourself up and back into downward dog. Two more breaths. And then carefully lift your left leg high. Bend the left knee so you're stacking the hips on top of each other. And then left leg high. Step the left foot through to the hands, high runner's lunge first. And then you drop your left or right knee down. And then, allow the left knee to sink over the left ankle if you please. And then find a way where the weight between the left foot, the right knee, and the right hand is shared. So you can reach the left arm up high and then reach the left arm back. And then once you feel like you can't reach back anymore, slide, keep the shoulders sliding down away from the ears and look out over the left shoulder. And maintain the balance between the left foot, right hand, and right knee. And then reach the left arm up high. Left hand to the outside of the left foot, and then straighten your left leg back, coming into your half split pose. Now come up high first, and then you decide how deep you want to fold. I didn't fold on the other side too deeply, so I'm not going to fold too deeply on this side. But you can keep it equal if you would like. There's no rules. And then take your right hand, reach it forward, and then to the outside of the left leg or the left foot. But you keep the straight spine. So you practice breathing that way earlier. You keep the integrity as you exhale. You don't collapse. And then carefully find your low lunge once again. This time guide the left hand to the inside of the left foot. So now you're in your lizard pose. Left hand can come to the inside of the left knee as you allow the left knee to drop off to the left side. So you're like the beginnings of a corkscrew pose. And then slowly and carefully come back into your low lunge. Tuck under the right toes. Have your left foot meet the right foot, plank pose. And then you decide how you want to lower. So you can lower down all at once or drop the knees, the chin, the chest. Come on up into your Cobra of choice or up dog. And then lower down. So you can take the arms out to a T, reach them forward or allow them to hover. Chin and chest peel off of the mat, lift the legs behind you. Engage the muscles. You'll feel more of the muscles of the upper or the front of the legs. And then you'll start pulsing with the left for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs stay lifted as you pulse with the right for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs stay lifted as you slowly lower down. Push up into your plank pose and then downward dog. Two more breaths. And then reach your right leg high to the sky. Step your right foot through to your hands so you're in your high runner's lunge. And you'll have to excuse me, no matter how I practice this, at some point I'm going to be facing away from you. Okay, so slowly and carefully, you're in your high runner's lunge. If you can, add your salute. So reach the arms up high to the sky. Bend your knees. Keep the left heel lifted. And then with the right knee still bent, you'll slowly start hinging forward so you are hovering over your right thigh. And imagine like you're able to spring off of the left foot, like you're gonna push forward. Stay here, stay strong. And then you're going to reach your right arm down and back as you set your left hand down. Reach the right arm up high to the sky for a twist. And if you want, you can slowly bring the right arm back as you rotate the sternum up towards the sky, opening up nice and wide. And then make sure that your gaze comes back to neutral. So rotate the neck, the arm stays up high, and then reach the right arm parallel to the right ear. And then look down at the right foot as you bring the right hand to the outside of the right foot. Spin the left heel down. Right knee still stays bent, so stay strong with it. So now you're in this version of Warrior One. Straighten now the right leg, so you bring the head of the hip back. And then slowly and carefully start hinging forward. Pausing halfway. And then take the right hand to the low back. And now the left hand comes to the outside of the right leg. So you're in a revolved triangle. And then if you want, you can reach the right arm up high. Spine is nice and long and strong. And then slowly and carefully reach both arms back forward. Come on up. And then rotate your torso. So now you're open wide. And then reach the right fingertips forward and down, triangle pose. And you can practice opening up nice and wide a little bit if you want. Or maybe you look down at the right toes. One more big breath here. And then guide the left hand down, bend into the right foot, knee, high runner's lunge. Left foot will meet your right foot, plank pose. And then slowly and carefully drop the knees, the chin, the chest. Push yourself up into your up dog or cobra. And then push back into downward dog. One more big breath here. And then the left foot reaches high to the sky. Step the left foot through to the hands, high runner's lunge. Right heel stays lifted, left foot plants as you reach your arms up high to the sky. All right, from here, once you're strong and tall, slowly start hinging forward over your bent knee, hovering over the thigh. And then set the right hand down as the left hand comes down and back, opening up into your twist. And if you want, rotate the sternum up a little bit higher. And then maybe you reach the left arm across the left ear once you turn your head back to neutral. And then place the left hand back down to the outside of the left foot. Stay strong, reach your arms up. Oh, nope. Frame your left foot. Set your right heel down. Let's get the foundation here, Laura. And then reach the arms up high to the sky as you straighten the left leg back. And then slowly and carefully hinge forward. And then from here, left hand to the low back, right hand to the outside of the left leg, coming into your revolved triangle. One more breath. And then frame the left foot. Reach both arms back high. And then open up wide. Reach the left arm forward and down. Right arm is high to the sky for your triangle pose. And then look at the left foot. Frame the left foot with both hands, bend into the left knee so the left foot can meet the right foot, plank pose. And then slowly and carefully take it through a flow and meet in your downward dog. One more big breath here. And then reach the right arm up high. The right leg high. Both hands stay planted. Reach the right leg high. Step the right leg through to the hands. And then place the right hand in front of the right foot. Left hand on the left hip. And then carefully start lifting your left leg off of the ground. Point the left toes forward. Keep the crown of the head reaching high, reaching forward. And then reach the left arm out to a T. And see if you can open up into your half moon pose. And then look back down to the ground. And then if you can, so once your torso is parallel to the ground, I want you to slowly lift up and see if you can come into a warrior 3. So it's a balance challenge here. You reach the crown of the head forward, create length in the spine, like you did when you were seated. And then slowly and carefully guide the hands down. Don't dump. And then have the left foot meet the right foot, forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Step both feet back into your plank pose. And then take it through a flow. Meet in downward dog. So in this downward dog, you have 2 more breaths. So if you find movement is what you need, I want you to be there. Last breath. Reach the left leg high. Step the left foot through to the hands. Keep the right heel lifted. Left hand plants. And then right hand on the right hip as you slowly push the right leg up. Right arm out to a T. And then open up to your half moon pose to give myself a little more space. Pressing down into all points of the mat. Okay, pushing out through the right leg, keep it activated. Torso hovers over the mat now, so you rotate the torso down. And then slowly bring the hands into prayer as you push yourself up into a warrior 3 variation. Crown of the head reaches forward. One more breath. And then set the palms or the hands down gently. I'm on fingertips. Right foot meets left foot. Fold. Halfway lift here. And then fold down. Come back into your plank pose. And then drop the knees, the chin, the chest. Take it through your flow. And then find your downward dog. And you can pedal it out here. And then find some stillness. Walk the feet forward. And then slowly lower the bum onto the mat. And hug the knees into the chest. Cool. All right. From here, I want you to extend the right leg long. And then set the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. So you're in a seated tree. Push out through the right heel, right toes are up high. Arms are down to the side. Reach the arms up high. And then carefully fold forward here. So this practice had a lot of strength in the low back. So hopefully this seated tree fold can help promote a little length. Keep pushing out through the heel. You know, keep that breath where you're allowing the spine to grow long. Then maintain the integrity as you exhale. And then walk yourself up. This time, take the right leg out a little bit. So if this was the clock, it would be between 2 and 3. Could be 2 o'clock. And then I want you to reach the arms up high to the sky. Rotate the torso. So now we're playing around with rotation. And then fold forward here. Over your right leg. Pressing out through the right heel. Dropping the head. One more breath here. And then carefully walk yourself up. Bring the bottoms of the feet together like a book, just for a brief second in this butterfly pose. And bring the right foot flat. Send the left leg long. Point the left toes up as you push out through the left heel, and then guide the right foot down. All right, reach the arms up high to the sky. Fold forward. Long spine. Two more breaths. See if you can reach a little bit longer and deeper. And then carefully walk yourself up. Take the left leg out to 11 and 10. Reach the arms up high. Rotate now so you're looking out over the left leg, and then fold forward. Two more breaths. And then slowly bring yourself up. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. And then bring both feet flat, hug the knees into the chest. And then lower down one vertebra at a time. Okay. Take the feet as wide as the mat. And windshield wiper the legs from side to side. So it's going to be wide, and that's okay. And then this next side to side, I want you to stay. So you're in a supine twist. So the knees are off to one side. If you want, you can look out over the opposite shoulder. And even here, see if you can come back to that deep, long, high breath. And then maintain the integrity as you exhale. And then on your next inhale, whenever that comes, bring everything into center, feet flat, knees up. And then send the knees over to the opposite side, the gaze over the opposite shoulder, if you please. And then bring everything back into center. Bring the knees into the chest. Well, they'll be a little bit wider than the chest because your feet are wide. Arms are wrapped around the shin. Maybe you feel the low back engaged. Maybe you feel the upper spine engaged. We're just not rushed here. We're just staying. And then as you take the feet up high, take a hold of the bottoms of the feet, whether it's from the inside or the outside. So now you're in this happy baby. And you decide if you want movement in this happy baby or not. And then be in some stillness. Hug the knees back into the chest. And then send your one leg long, followed by the other. Reach the arms up overhead, so point the toes and the fingertips away. Reach, reach, reach. Release. All right, reach the right toes and the right fingers away, so you're elongating the right side. Reach. Release the right side. Reach the left side away from each other. Left toes, left fingertips away. Reach, reach, reach. And release. This time reach the toes and the fingers away. And this time as you release the feet first, turn the toes out. And then bring the arms down to the side, palms up or palms down. Find some rest in your Shavasana pose. And for the next few cycles of breath, inhale deeply. Exhale, maintain your integrity. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Stay with these deep cycles of breath. And then allow your breath to fall into a natural rhythm. Know that I am minding the time for you, and I'll call you back. Okay, take a nice full inhale in. Slow exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead and give yourself a full body stretch. And release. As you inhale, elongate long. Elongate the arms and the legs. And then as you exhale, turn over onto the right side. Stay here in your fetal position. And then carefully use the left palm to push yourself up, coming into a seated pose. And you can return with the palms up on the lap, dropping back into that long breath. Maybe you notice changes, maybe there's no change. It's okay. As you inhale, you reach the arms up high overhead, fingers spread nice and wide. Bring the palms together and then bring your hands to prayer. Reach up nice and high, fingers spread nice and wide. Palms come into heart center. And then reach the arms up nice and high. Palms come into heart center. And give yourself a soft bow. I honor this place inside of me in which the entire universe dwells. It is a place of kindness, it is a place of peace, and it is a place of love. And when I'm in this place in me and you're in this place in you, together we are one. Namaste. Okay, thank you for joining me.